Everybody, it's Sinvicta. It's time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a fantastic start to your week here. Going into the weekend, it was a good week. I mean, look, we've got the trickster going on right now with September, and things get a little wonky, but then all of a sudden, boom, they explode and get really, really powerful. So I'm liking the attitude of September, though. It's been a lot of fun, and amazing artwork of the day here. This is the first time I think we've had custom 3D arts. This one was sent in here by Pandastico. I hope I said that correctly. On the Sinvicta subreddit, they said 3D Sinvicta logo, and then in the thread they said, "Hi Mosh Pit, I'm a 3D artist from Spain. Did this while I was bored at work, and we did not have anything to do on the studio. Been following Sinvicta for a couple years now. Always like to see videos when I'm going to bed or while eating. Love the content. Keep it up. Much love from Spain." And this looks absolutely metal as all hell. I've never seen a rendition of this version of the logo. So thank you very much, Pandastico. I hope, again, I hope I'm not butchering that name too badly. Great job on that. It's really, really impressive. That's like a main villain of a game there. C-Day is going to be November Alpha Quebec Sierra JagX without the A, which is the producer of Old School RuneScape. Once again, we have even less tiers than we did yesterday. 1.85 tiers is terrible. We do have Nod Leaf, and we also have the Bean, which, it's definitely an item. It does that, and that's about it. But like Butterbean, it does get a quick recharge, so if you need to be able to poison things on a frequent basis, you can. I wouldn't necessarily use this Bean for parrying, though, because I believe that it doesn't really have a very wide radius like Butterbean. And I will take Wooden Cross as well, but man, this is we are already in sort of not panic mode, but we are in a bad situation very, very early on here. And it's, again, this is exactly what I was talking about at the beginning here. September seems to be in love with this idea where we start really, really slow, and then the game's like, nah, just kidding, we'll give you what you need. Obviously, that may or may not be in the game's playbook. Obviously, the game is not a sentient being or anything like that, although it does for whatever reason, it brings out the rage in people whenever I treat it like that. It's quite funny to me. Look, you got to have a rival, you know? You got to have some unknown, unbeatable force working against you. It's hero versus villain type deal. That's how it's always been framed, and that's how I like to present it because it's just fun. But this is a markedly worse start, mainly because our damage is very low as well. So we have the worst of both worlds. Not only do we have bad damage, but we have bad tears rate. Shot speed is kind of whatever, and then the Bean is going to be useful. That's about the nicest thing I can say. It's going to be useful. It's not going to carry us or anything like that, but it's our primary source of damage right now. As you see that we're on diminishing returns from the poison of the Bean. As long as we hit both of the Gemini, we should be fine. We still have the Wooden Cross active right now, so at the very, very, very least, we're able to protect ourselves from one hit. Yeah, so you see that the poison is dealing a little bit of damage, but nothing crazy, obviously. And we're just going to destroy... Thank you, Clown Physics. Get an HP upgrade. We have no bombs. We have nothing to open with a key. Oh boy, except that door, which I'm not going through. We have Nod Leaf here, and honestly, I think that Nod Leaf could help us out. It's one of the few times I was kind of hoping that we were going to get an orbital, but what can you do? Of course, whenever I'm thinking it is when we don't get it, when we are actively not thinking about it when we get it. So maybe I need to stop thinking about good upgrades here. And we get the mass poison there and everything. Thankfully, we were able to take them out. We get Lazarus's Rags, which we may end up using in an offensive capability here, because at least we'd be able to take a Devil Deal, but also get a little bit of damage up from Resurrected Lazarus. It's not to the equivalent of Juice's Shadow, but it's good. It's better than what we got right now, which is not setting the bar very high. And I gotta say, Bean, doing your thing. I like the hustle. We've been trying to get a little bit. We had the telepathy for dummy, run that we had the other day. Oh, there's a system update in 33 minutes according to RuneScape. Just enough time for 3 crabs. you know, we had the Telepathy for Dummies run, which was good. I mean, it was an interesting run because we just basically are utilizing these items that we don't normally use all that often. And I don't know how that shot ended up curving right towards us, but we should at least try to. Well, I was hoping that they were going to be a donation machine and then maybe red candle or something like that, but you won't be that lucky. Now, you may be wondering how come I didn't pick up a soul heart there, and it's because I'm trying to save it for if and when we do actually change into Resurrected Lazarus, that we're able to cover our HP, because Resurrected Lazarus only starts with 1 HP, so we've got to be prepared. You got to be prepared for that. We get a bomb here. Yeah, this run would be hell without us having some kind of AoE here because of our tears rate being so terrible. Egglets mean death. Maybe not total death, but it means the death of our devil deal. And I'm already kind of annoyed that we lost that half soul heart, because now what we're going to have to do is we don't have enough. We have to go buy it. We have to go back and buy. We have to go buy that soul heart just so we can get the ability to take multiple devil deals before we turn to Resurrected Lazarus. So it doesn't matter if we want a half heart or not. We just cannot lose this half heart of HP here if we plan on taking 2 devil deals. So it's extremely important that we don't bung this up, and hopefully we just get a monstro or something like that, and we're good enough to drop a bomb on him or 2 and poison him, and then that'd be it. Bob's your uncle. But it's gonna be Limehorn. We have to take out the demon fire here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we did get the poison off here on Limehorn, and we got the bomb off, which is huge. Okay, so he took himself in the fire. We get Squeezy, which is going to give us a Tears upgrade. I'm not going to take the Soul Hearts from Squeezy, however, because I don't believe that we're going to have multiple Devil Deal items in here that we can take. And we're going to save those for when we turn into Resurrected Lazarus. And speaking of multiple items to take, now we're going to turn into Lazarus before Black Judas, and I do want to turn into Black Judas immediately. So this is going to take us down here, and then we have to take something to off ourselves to turn into Resurrected Lazarus. And Resurrected Lazarus is going to resurrect us in here. It's one of the only items that does that, and then we're going to take Judas's shadow, and then die, and then get resurrected as Dark Judas. Man, you talk about your all-time runarounds to get where you want to be, but man, oh man, just like that, 1 floor later, and we have ourselves an urn here. Now that is what we like to call a big-time play. So we are now Dark Judas, which obviously has a huge, huge, huge upside to our damage. Our tears rate has been pretty much solid for the most part. 3.21 is still nothing to write home about, but it's definitely going to be better than what we had. That was an incredible parry right there. I thought we for sure were losing Wooden Cross. Gotta be quick on the reflexes sometimes, you know. This old dog's got new tricks or something like that. I don't know. I always open the red chest last because it could teleport you out of the room, which means that you don't have to do the challenge room, which is nice. It's a nice little addition there. But obviously our damage is going to be absolutely cooking right now with Eye of Belial and with the Dark Judas multiplier. And on top of that, we also have the damage upgrade that we got from Eye of the Occult, which I've gone on record saying I'm not a huge fan of the item, especially when you combine it with Brimstone. But I will say that it is a decent damage up. And if you are in a situation where you need a damage up, then it can easily power you through. But you do have to work with the annoyance of it auto-firing if you have Brimstone. I don't recommend picking it up if you have one or the other, but, you know, do you. It is nice being able to independently control the tears direction, however, as you see that we are really struggling on range right now. But it's okay, though. I mean, the Eye of Belial tears will pass through and then get a little extra boost of range, which we can then control. Yeah, this is not an item that we're going to take. So we're looking steady here. I'm liking the odds of this run turning into something special. That was a great play to go through, and not only utilize Resurrected Lazarus, but also then we got lucky turning into Black Judas. We can save the moon card for maybe the boss rush. I mean, we should be able to just absolutely body everything here. Super Secret Room's probably here. I'm not going to take the Temperance Machine. Actually, a little bit surprised that it's not there. We got the Devil card and the Moon card. No. We want the guaranteed Holy Mantle for 1 hit per floor. And there it goes. Movement speed upgrade, something we desperately needed for sure. And then, oh man, we can only take one of these. Do we take Void or Sulfur? Ooh, man. We cannot take both here. I think we're going to take Void. And if we get a full charge, we will be able to Void Cursed Eye, which would give us some more stats. Hopefully some Tears upgrades. There's no full charge in here. We got to be careful with only 2 HP, though. And we also lost our Holy Mantle from Wooden Cross, so be a little bit careful here. Shot speed is definitely another area of kind of lacking right now. 0.84 is pretty bad. We want a very high amount of shot speed whenever we're talking about Eye of Belial. We want that super boosted tier to get to our target faster than usual. And I can already see what the game is doing. We're going to be one room short. I can already see it happening. I'm about to break everything you say to me. I wouldn't mind taking the virus if we can get a movement speed upgrade out of this. It'd be fine. Or we get a Sun card, which I will take over the Devil card. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to take the Devil card over the Sun card. Or over the Moon card. Because if the whole goal is for us just to get a teleport out of boss rush, then there's obviously the guaranteed full card. There's obviously the guaranteed full card that we can have that will essentially accomplish the same thing that we want the Moon card to do. I don't know how I feel about this big giant red eye, though, on Judas's forehead, because that's the only thing that you see whenever you're Dark Judas here. All right. Secret room is here. It's going to border the boss trap room, which is nice, so we can go right in there immediately. Definitely want to do this for the nickel. Not. Yeah. It's shot speed. It's tears. It's something that we definitely want. Okay, Void's ready to go. We voided Bean. I just want to do that just to not only dunk Carrion Queen, but also see the map, obviously. I'm happy that we got the toothpicks. Toothpicks are going to be a very nice help for us. And you'll see a major difference in our DPS immediately here with the shot speed upgrade. The faster our tiers can reach the target, the safer we are, and the sooner we can all go home here. We get Spoonbender, which doesn't really matter with the Eye of the Occult, but is what it is. I mean, we had to take Eye of the Occult. I was not going to take a pound of flesh just to get where we needed to be. So I'll deal with the annoyance that is Eye of the Occult here. The Yabe, another Soul Heart, which is good. Yeah, this damage is starting to pump now. 11.71 damage with Eye of Belial. We could go into the shop. I don't think it's necessary right now, though. We cannot buy a premium item unless it's half price. But let's see what we get from the boss first. The Pentagram, which is 2 or 3 for Leviathan. Super secret room is right. Meow. I'm gonna wait to see if I can get. I swear the pentagram horns make Dark Judas look like a panda bear. Ears. And it's a greed fight. All right. I don't care about the hit. It's our last hit that we have to worry about anyway on this floor, so we're doing good. Doing good. Like to get to boss rush, especially with Void. The room's below this room here, but we don't have a bomb for it, so there's no way for me to prove that. And it's also going to be adjacent to the curse room, which is good. We just need 2 bombs now. And you see Eye of Belial is just absolutely ripping and tearing its way through here. Now, obviously, I'm going to use the reverse devil card here for the mom kill, because it's just... I didn't even see that fly, dude. Because it's an instant kill, right? Use a death card in here. Can't be bothered with Fistula right now. Hourglass, I mean, we could void it, but what's the point? I'd rather wait for us to get an item room like this and then void Navi. I know there's some people that love Navi. I know, but hey, I'd rather have stats right now. I don't need to be told where the secret rooms are and aren't. A quarter, honestly, the quarter is going to suffer the same fate. It's stats. That's what we want right now is our stats. And item pedestals be damned. We want to use Void. We invested a lot into Void, and we need to get at least equivalent value out of it. Because we could have had Sulfur and just called it a day with Brimstone, but I think Void gives us a better run. And it also gives us options. Sulfur, if this same scenario happened and we have Sulfur, for example, it is an item pedestal that's just going to give us the quarter, and then that's that. Sulfur can't do anything about the quarter, but Void can. And it gives a movement speed upgrade and another damage upgrade, just like that. And that's what I'm talking about. It's not that the quarter isn't useful. It's not that the quarter wouldn't benefit us. It's just that in this spot right now, especially with back-to-back greed fights, we're not going to see another shop for a while. I don't want to let the opportunity away to possibly get stats that we want or need, like movement speed and damage, or even tears. So that's the logic behind that. So whenever we do fight enemies like Bloat, especially Green Bloat, we can pretty much destroy him without too much effort. The range upgrade, I actually want the range upgrade, so I don't mind doing that. And this is going to give us Leviathan plus Spectral Tears, which is great, and Flying, which is even greater. So we can go back. We still have enough time here, and that golden key. Let's go back and open up that golden chest just to see what's in here. I would like to get a bomb so we can get into the secret room, and we did get one. And that's all she wrote. All right. Could go back and void the Hourglass, but again, I'm not going to be voiding offensively here unless we get something like Mega or something like Mega Mush. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. Very excited. I was able to find another one of my headsets. This headset that I've had since I started YouTube, which is the Sennheiser Game 360s, the P4 or P2 or something like that. It was one of their top of the line at the time, and I saved up a lot of money from my previous job to get it. And they no longer make it. You cannot find it anywhere. So I was really bummed about that because my headset's been through some abuse, and I'm mad at myself for throwing it and slamming it down in anger and breaking it and stuff. It's just, it's stupid. It's a nice headset, and it's lasted for 15 years, you know, however long I've had it. But it's getting to the point now where I've got there's no padding on the top. I feel like it's rubbing my hair away, and sometimes it like pinches my hair because there's a crack in the band, and it's time to retire. So I've sort of, not desperately, but I've frantically searched for another one. I was like, I just need to get another one of these as clean and as new as possible. So you can't find them new anymore. They're extremely rare. But I was luckily able to order one, and this one came from Japan. And I was a little bit hesitant because the price was very, very, very cheap. You can find this same headset on eBay for almost retail cost, which is like $200. And it's not brand new. It's just a picture of some dude holding it in his bedroom. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. But this one was like the factory default picture and everything. It just was labeled used in Japanese. So I decided to take a risk. I was like, you know what? It's literally a quarter of the cost. Why not? Even if it's a cheap knockoff, hey, if it works, great. And I got it today in the mail, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's just from me getting older or whatever, but I get a little bit more emotional these days. You can tell. And it legitimately kind of like had me a little choked up to see my old headset brand new again. Whoever had this headset they took very good care of it. It's clean. It looks brand new. They even included the padding and the packaging inside of it in the box. And I don't know. There was something about the way it was presented to me that told me the person who sold me this took very good care of it, and it meant something. It was like important to them. And I don't know why. I don't know why that triggered an emotional response from me. And you know, and I think that maybe part of it is also because I feel really bad about abusing this headset over the last 10, 15 years or so. You know, and I always take good care of my stuff, but you know, in the heat of the moment, hey, everyone's human. You get angry, you get upset or whatever at a game. It's easy to lose control sometimes. So it may have been part of that as well. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. All I know is that this headset is in excellent shape. And I'm definitely gonna be wearing it. I have a very fun idea for a video that I want to do, and I was thinking about making that the new like streak goal as sort of a surprise like streak goal, but I don't know how people will react to that, because I thought that people were going to be really stoked about the challenge, the all challenge run week, but apparently not. I think that it's the most danger that the streak has ever been in, and I think that it would be really riveting. But again, I go with what the Mosh Pit says. So I think that enough time has passed on this like streak to say, hey, we need to switch it up. We got to do something better. Another Curse of Lost. So now I will say that I'm not recording this video while wearing that headset. I haven't had the heart to put it on yet, because I'm like, I was shocked. I told Mama Victa about it, and I was telling her, I said, you know, it's so hard to find my old Sennheiser headset. You cannot find them new anymore. They're discontinued. And I've ordered the new version that Sennheiser put out, and they're nowhere near the quality. It's not even close. They're much more cheaper. They're much tighter on the head, and I've got a big forehead, so it's hard for me to find comfortable, well-fitting headsets that also sound great, and ones that won't, you know, make your ears ache or anything like that. So Sennheisers are the way to go. And ironically, I just got done buying a new wireless headset from, I think it's a SteelSeries one, and that Amazon had a sale on. I was like, it's a little pricey, but I need a new headset. I'm tired of this one kind of pinching my hair, and You know, and it's just, it doesn't stay tight anymore. It's just kind of, you know, it's time to just retire the headset. And then I found that one from Japan. And it got here really quickly too. I ordered that thing like 2 weeks ago, and it's here. It is in the kitchen right now, and I was just blown away with how well it was taken care of. So I don't know why I went on that tangent. I think it was the emotional thing. Oh, Cat Nine Tails, we failed a 73% deal with the devil, but obviously Dark Judas is rocking this run. Yeah, I don't know what that says about my personality. I think it's honestly just a product of getting older. You know, I find myself, it sounds silly, but I'll watch like an anime or a movie, and certain touching parts appear that will, by touching I mean sweet, innocent, nice, wholesome parts, not the physical act of touching, you freaking weirdos. Just for context. Anyway, when emotional beats happen in a movie, I'll find myself kind of like tearing up a little bit. And I'm not a man who cries at movies. At least I wasn't anyway. Now it's like the only movie that really got me, almost to the point of sobbing, was The Green Mile. As hokey as that sounds, Michael Clark Davis his character in that movie, combined with Tom Hanks and, you know, and just the whole feel of the movie. There was something about that one that character death, a spoiler alert for The Green Mile, that was like, man, that was torturous. Now, one thing I will say is that I did not, on a flight, I don't remember where I was going, but I had an option to watch Marley and Me, and my girlfriend at the time said, don't. I said, why? Does the dog die? And she said, yeah. I said, okay. No, I can't, because we had just gotten over the death of Lily. So that one was a no-go. And I know that there's some new, what is it called, A Good Boy or something like that? There's some new dog movie that the entire world has been Googling whether or not the dog perishes in that movie. And I don't care if it does or not. I'm not going to go see it. I can't handle it, man. There's something about dog movies that I just cannot do. Even though I know the dogs are actors and they're fine, whatever, it brings up you know, bad memories of losing dogs, and it's no fun. Yeah, I don't know if I'm turning into a big I don't know the word to describe it. I guess a big softie. I am kind of a softie. I mean, I don't really. I'm real laid back. Some people may not believe that, but I am real laid back in real life. I don't get uppity about too many things. I just kind of go with the flow. You know, that's how I've always been. I do things my way, and I just go with the flow. Whatever the day may bring, I'll be there for it. I'll be ready to go. It doesn't matter. On the wrong way, as you would expect. Could get into the curse room for free, but I'd rather have the wooden nickel or the wooden cross available for Isaac. And honestly, we haven't really had anything to void. Void's just kind of like, hey, I'm here whenever, buddy. And I'm like, hey, dude, I'm trying. What can I do? And again, we are a far cry from where we started to where we are now here with our tiers rate. Just look at it. I mean, this is how September's been. It tricked us once again. At the start of this run, I was like, ooh, boy. Is this it? Is this really the time for us to get a crawl run? Because I know that we're due. And no, it's not actually. If we didn't have 3 HP going out of the mom fight, I definitely would have gone for a victory lap. But at the time, it's like, yeah, we're strong, but I don't want to push it. Because with Dark Judas, it's very easy to feel like you're unbeatable and then watch your health melt away. Kind of like what's happening right now. Shot speed is kicking. No, I don't know about that one, game. Sure. Just void all of them. I don't care. Have a ding dong causing us issues with the sphere here. Look at that range, man. 20 damage, 20 range. Beautiful. That void is just kind of hanging out now. It's kind of a whatever. We did end up voiding the golden razor blade as well, which is going to give us a damage upgrade based on us using 5 cents and essentially converting it to a damage upgrade. And normally you'd be able to use it a limited amount of times or until you run out of money, but obviously we can only use it once because it's tied intrinsically to the full charge meter of void. Okay, well, don't hurt yourself there, Mega Fatty. Okay. Mulligan, of course, doing its thing as well with this big-time Dark Judas damage that we've got going on here. And every Mulligan fly is doing a ton of damage. A little bit sandwiched there. I took a bad angle. It wasn't the right interval of shot to make that move, so definitely deserved to get hit there. There we go. Down goes Blue Baby. Yeah, let's go see Delirium. Why not? Extra content. The OSRS servers are about to go down, so I've closed the game. It's probably good because I probably need to go to bed soon anyway. Knocking out another Isaac run today. It's been a busy, busy day. So right now we're going to be looking for a teleport card or telepills if I decide to randomly take pills. Just so we can get... Just so in case if we do find Delirium, we can just nope out of there and go kill all the other bosses so we can get, you know, a little bit of HP. I would feel a little bit more comfortable with 1 or 2 more soul hearts. So I'm hoping this isn't Delirium. It's probably not because he's very rarely ever this close to the spawn. You're not going to hear me whinging about Gish because this is not going to be a static drop. As this is the void, so there's no set loot tables anymore. And if it is Gish, we'll just void it anyway, so. We got movement speed and luck upgrades. Are actually our first luck upgrade, and getting us into the positive luck stat and starting this run, so. Now this might be Delirium. Not, thankfully. Book of Secrets. We already have the Ensa's rune. I'm just touching it just to pick it up. Let Isaac have a little bit of an arm workout. Although if picking up a book is an arm workout for you, I think you need to prioritize getting to a gym more than playing Isaac. Of course, I'm not one to talk. I've not been to a gym in many months. I want to go back to working out at home. I'm kind of over gyms, you know? Gyms just don't do it for me anymore. I got to drive a long way because I don't live anywhere close to a gym. And I got to you know, you got to put miles on the car. You got to pay gas, and you know, I have a perfectly good house to work out in. I just need to get some equipment. That and the whole, you know, laziness thing too. That's another thing. I'm not going to avoid the de-infizzle. We could, in theory, we could just re-roll Void in there, which I may do after we get some soul hearts from the Satanic Bible. I want to get like 3 or 4 soul hearts if we can. Yep. Cash register sound you hear, by the way, is the golden razor blade. One of my biggest weaknesses for working out, though, is that I lack self-motivation. I've got the motivation if I'm working out with somebody, for sure, and that's what I really need is a workout buddy to do these workouts with, and not having them means that I don't have anyone. I'm sort of, whenever you work out with somebody, you kind of become responsible for them showing up as well, and it keeps you accountable. And when I don't have that, it's hard for me to find motivation to get started. And that's always the hardest part about working out, is just getting started, getting motivated, setting yourself goals, holding yourself accountable. If I was a real life streamer, I definitely would do a real life video series where I catalog my workouts and stuff and track my weight and let the mosh pit kind of keep me honest about everything. But I don't like sharing that much about myself, so you have to take my word for it. At one point, I was thinking about getting a Peloton until I realized that I'd probably be wildly uncomfortable on that thing. But obviously, a lot of the NLSS guys have Pelotons, and they're also really expensive. But I figured that, you know, we could ride together, see how we do against PBs and that sort of stuff. It sounded like a good time, and that's the kind of stuff that I would want. Maybe we can establish a mosh pit workout group or something, where everyone can share their progresses and workouts with each other. That might be fun. That might be a fun, healthy Discord activity or community activity. But either way, thank you for watching, everyone. Fantastic run. September strikes again, faking us out with the bad start, and then look at this. We end up destroying Delirium after losing some HP to standard Delirium bugginess and BS. It's just what you expect. That's why we don't go fight him. There's no reason to. Either way, have a great Friday, everyone. Enjoy football this weekend. Good luck to your teams, unless you're playing the Buccaneers. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Remember, make sure you like this video. Ring the notification bell so you get notified each and every day when not only my daily videos come out, but also the new shorts that Alex is going to be cranking out here in the next couple of weeks. So thank you again, everyone, for all the support. Have a great weekend. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Ox the Witcher, All Day Ode, Bataloid, and Kuroi Tenshi. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.